We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best? That team will win the game.
Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a four-time Super Bowl champion elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame back in the year 2000. This is Joe Montana.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Down to the 42, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Emmett. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Play action. It's Montana. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already, and now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Smith will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now Jason Elam for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Elam's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Okay, ready?
Peterson now throwing to start the drive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger.
To throw is Montana. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
70 Lions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going long for Coates. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Elam able to put this one through, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from this inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here we go. Set.
Back to throw. Peterson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
This is taken at the 18. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here's Montana. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Reggie Wayne, 61 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They're going to try and run. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Peterson. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out-cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Off play action. Peterson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
He's got Burton here. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Second and 14.
Ready?
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Ready?
Looking to throw. Peterson. Short throw. That's caught by Davis. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one taken in by Neighbors.
Now, faster, faster.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now 2nd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll stick with a passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Bengals. Vernon Davis. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Colts first down. And that should be the one that finishes this game off. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Second and 5.
Let's go now. Check. Ready?
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.